I was so when I first moved to Edmonton, I found a way to get my toes in the water in the swingers community. Yeah, so I
Cool.
went to this hotel takeover with a bunch of like people that rented a whole floor of the hotel and were just having like a massive orgy for New Year's.
Yeah.
I didn't really have friends up here yet, and I thought that this was like a great way to ring in the new year. And so I go there, and it's just like, man, I am like 20 years probably younger than everybody in the room. Like I was 25
Oh
and
yeah.
maybe, yeah, like the youngest next in line was maybe 45.
Yeah.
And, and, as the night goes on, like we're hanging out, and like the first initial thing I see as soon as I come around like I go out in the elevator, come around the corner, and some old dude's just getting his knob rang up by some old bird in the hallway. And I'm like,
The
okay, this is,
hallway.
yeah, in the hallway. And like he's having a conversation, like this is just, he's talking about it having to fix his alternator or something like that to
What?
the guy beside him. Yeah,
They just had this entire floor rented out, and there was just anything goes on that floor.
yeah. A little bit of exhibitionist, if you will.
Fuck.
I think it's just like you get the nod and you go. Like yeah. So I got the nod from a couple, and this like dude goes, "Hey man, you wanna take my old lady for a spin or what?" And I think I won him over because he asked, he's like, he's showing this hat, and he goes, "Does anybody recognize his signature?" And I was like, I got the first. He said the name of the guy, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know who that is. He's a bull rider. And then his old lady's like, oh, like must have caught her attention by knowing like some bull rider or whatever. That must be who she has the hots for. It was like I can't remember his name, Mooney or something like that.
Okay.
And
I have no idea.
I don't know. I can't remember, but he said it and it clicked. So we go into this hotel room, and there's like two other couples fucking around, and then like I'm messing around with this old lady, and he's fucking some other chick, and some random dude just kind of walked in, and this girl was getting Eiffel Towered, and this guy just grabs a chick by the tits and just starts giving him a honk. Well, that's like a big no-no. Like they like you got to ask for permission. Like there's like rules here,
Yeah.
and like fucking man, this guy squares up, and he's like got a fucking hard on, and he's like squared up. He's like, you can't fucking do that, man. And these two idiots are like standing their ass naked with two hard cocks about ready to get into a wrestling match, man. And I am like
A
biting my
literal a
cheek.
literal cockfight.
Yeah, a literal cockfight. Yeah. And like I'm sitting there like biting my cheeks not to laugh because this is like the funniest thing. Like two middle, like 42-year-old guys, 43-year-old guys about to fight, and their dicks are hard. Like there's gotta be a rule somewhere that shouldn't be allowed. You know what I mean? Like we're not in the Roman Empire no more, fellas. Like let's let the swords get down, and then we'll
No
resolve
kidding.
this. But yeah, that was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever witnessed with my own eyes.
That's hilarious. And when I used to manage this nightclub here, downtown, we had like this whole swingers organization or community or whatever that would rent out the entire venue for like events. Like
Mhm.
the first event, like there was fucking someone like throwing around fire and like chains and just dancing in a corner by herself, and it was fucking crazy. I was like, okay, like do whatever you want, but like don't hit me with that shit. But there was this one old lady that comes up to me, and like I was managing whatever, walking around, making sure everything was fine. She comes up to me, starts talking to me, and then she like leans in to kiss me, and then all of a sudden her husband walks up, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm so sorry. He's like, no, it's okay, like blah 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 blah, like it's all good. Like she just keeps looking to him. She's like, oh, like I love this guy, like we should like take him home with us, blah 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 blah. I'm like, whoa, wait, hold on. And she's like an old lady, like they're like 50s probably, like late 40s 50s. And I was like, holy fuck. I did kiss her,
Hell
but
yeah.
I gave her a little peck on the lips, but that was about it until I figured out her husband was there, because I wasn't completely sure what was going on at this time. And then it clicked in. The second time we did this event, we did it in a private room upstairs. It was a little bit smaller, and there was like this chiropractor and his wife. And they were younger, so they're probably like in their 20s, early 30s, maybe. Wife was smoke show, gorgeous girl. And this was like getting to the end of the night. Well, she was asking me questions. She's like, you should like same thing, like you want to like come hang out with us, blah blah blah. And the guy was like, no, he's not like us. Like, don't like bother him. He's like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's all good. He like goes to do something. While he's gone, I'm still sitting there in front of one of my bartenders, like on the bar, and she just starts making out with me. I just start making out with this fucking random swinger. And then I got her husband's business card in case I ever wanted to contact them after.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, fuck, I kind of wish I contacted them.
Dude, it's a loving community.
It's such a crazy community. Like, I would not be okay with like sharing my wife or my girlfriend with someone else unless like maybe another female, but like not another dude unless he was like a really, really good buddy of mine and we were just having a hell of a fucking time. But not with some random fucking guy at a bar. Like,
Listen, the bros can get it in, but no, get that strange dick on out of here. Oh, that's so funny, man. Dude, that's the
man,
greatest answer I've ever heard.